Welcome into MarketAbilities, a podcast here by Growing Media, just another way to promote ourselves. And listen, we got to promote this guy joining our team, Ronnie Walls, everybody. I would press the button for the applause, but I don't know which one it is. So.
This one's perfect.
Yes, welcome. Ronnie comes to Growing Media to, I guess, take the reins on that important part of the job, sales.
Such a scary word for most.
It is a scary word for most, but not for you. Why?
It's not. It's the back of hand. You know what? My philosophy is that you just be yourself. Mm-hmm. And these days people love, and throughout time, they love stories and people. And so it's really just about being yourself. And the background I come from, I was a pastor's kid and regularly.
Oh, you really had to talk to people then all of the time.
And just annoyingly, so I am that person. You'll lose me in a crowd because I'm talking to strangers. But I've just groomed to not be afraid to talk to people.
Right.
And so it comes pretty naturally.
Yeah. And you know what? Outside of a job, that's so important, I think, these days is for everybody to slow down and stop and stop. And when you say to someone, how are you? Stay long enough to find out the response.
Exactly. Active listening, but just give people space.
Yeah.
You know, and just truly investing, even if it's just 1 minute in the grocery line, you'd be fascinated at the stories people have.
Oh, absolutely. You know, a news anchor for 20 some odd years, everybody would stop me in the grocery store because they're like, where are the cameras, Angie? I'm ready to tell you my story.
You're like, it's all up here.
But really, that is a big part of business that if most people would stop, so many times we get so consumed with the big thing, the big picture of the building and the signs and the staff. And it comes down to people are going to buy from people and who are you? Mm-hmm. And how do you best let people know what that story is and invite them to come do business with you?
Exactly. At the end of the day, that's what I love about growing media is that it's telling someone's story. Mm-hmm. And your business is just an extension of you. It's your story. That's
it. Some of the most successful companies, if you do some research, you'll find out that if they'll drop that veil or come out from behind that, that big wall and just hi. I might be the CEO, but it's my entire team and we're all here and we're all doing this thing together and you should come, give us some business as a result. Mm-hmm. I'm in. I'd do it.
Right. Share that journey with somebody.
Yeah. So here's the deal. We had a long meeting today because you can recognize someone's skill set, and with Ronnie, it's quite diverse. So not only, if he calls you, just know that you're in good hands because he's also a lawyer, like an attorney, like he knows the law. Why do you giggle? Like that's
I don't
huge.
know. I giggle at myself all day long. It's like
you
a special
pass the
skill
bar.
of mine.
You pass the bar.
Yeah. And it didn't have to be set too high because I'm a little snack sized in nature in stature.
It's so fun, and he said that in passing today. That was like a long list of here's what I bring to the table. You've been around a while. You have a lot of experience. It's so funny, though. Some of your best stories and some life lessons that I think that you like to share most came from you being a server. And you know what? I can relate, having done that myself. You really find out a lot about people when you're serving them or, taking care of a need in some way.
Absolutely. And you meet so many different walks of life. And I always hold a dear, dear spot in my heart I just call them my serving family because that's what you've created is a family.
Yeah.
And that ability to talk to just pretty much anybody.
Yeah. And
it's just about providing an experience, which is a lot of sales that is becoming sort of a lost art is you're providing an experience to somebody.
Right. And I think the big problem with sales is you've got the debate. Do people appreciate cold calls?
Right.
So many times you see the sign on the door, no solicitation, whatever. But I think it's different the way that we do business because the way that we do business is usually using the service or buying the product ourselves. Right. And just wanting to tell more people about it. Mm-hmm. Really, it's that simple.
Right, and it's that's something I try to live by is that you can't fake kindness, just like you can't fake authenticity. Right. And if we really believe in you and your dream, because that's what a business is, it's your dream, then I'm happy to share it. Like that's it, just think about your favorite restaurant that you want to tell everybody about. Have to go try this. So because you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it's figuring out, it's like a puzzle piece, figuring out the pieces of the puzzle it's going to speak and let people enjoy what you've worked so hard to create.
Absolutely. And, the other thing about this marketing ad agency, Growing Media, we've been in business now for more than a decade. And that's because I'm fairly certain there aren't many salespeople who will stand and go, how did I do for you last month? How did we do last quarter? How much money did we put in that cash drawer? And if you're able to confidently stand, which nowadays you can see it as it's happening, you can see transactions happening. You can see phone calls coming into your business through Google. You can see foot traffic conversions coming in based on digital ads. So I also love it when people say, Angie, we haven't gotten a single. I'm like, really? Just because you decided to take that day off doesn't mean that these people didn't come in here. So we've always said that too, that we can bring people to your business, but it's what you do with them once they get there. That's on them.
I love that.
Yeah, no doubt. But, here's the deal. If you can find a team member, which is what we are here at Growing Media. So definitely don't say no to this guy because he's super nice. Like when he contacts you, he even sold me, and I'm one of those people. I'm not going to fib here. Get a lot of phone calls, people saying they can help us do what we do. And that's all well and fine. And you know what? On a slow day, I may listen to your pitch. And I actually do. I take down notes sometimes and I'm like, I should really circle back with that person because they made an impact on me. This one, I've got that canned answer, like, not today, but I've got your phone number here. And he's like, before I knew it, we were in like a 30-minute conversation, which never happens because I really think you practice all that you're talking about right here. I think that's how that happened.
Mm-hmm. I would have to agree.
Yeah, and he's magic. I don't know how he did it. I really don't.
A little bit of magic.
Yeah. But, it does come with confidence. And I know everybody is sold a bag of goods almost on a daily basis, but you need to do your homework. That's why we do these podcasts, is to educate you and let you just listen for yourself, how we've done what we do for businesses. And look, here's the other cool thing. You're not going to believe this. I don't even know if I've told you this yet. We're the only marketing ad agency, I hope I don't regret saying this here, no contract. You stay with us because you like us and because we're making you money, because we realize, why in the world would we want to hold your feet to the fire if you're not happy and you don't feel like we're doing the job that we were supposed to do to begin with?
Mm-hmm. And I love that approach to it because it is very much a giving mindset. Like if you're not pleased, we feel good enough about what we're offering that there's not all this fine print. It's just, you're going to enjoy the experience. And if we find we're not a match, because we're kind of like matchmakers in that sense.
100%.
That it's, we've enjoyed our time. Let's doing what's best for you. Because that's what's really driving it at the end of the day.
And don't burn bridges. We realize we've worked with a lot of really cool marketing agents and directors and, people within organizations. And the way we present it is, hey, let us be your best kept secret. And when we're doing well, you take the kudos, do whatever you need. But the other thing is, if it's not working, let's have those candid conversations and let's move your money somewhere else where it does work. And I think that's what people really love, is that not only do you not have to sign a contract with us, which I've never, I understand contracts for protection. Like your content is yours. We can't use it in other ads, non-disclosure agreements, those kinds of things. But to say, hey, I'm going to come in here, you're pledging to work with me for even a year is too long if you're not happy. I don't want to be tied to you for a year if I don't like you. You know what I mean? It's like, why not just do a great job and then have people stay organically because they want to and you're doing what you're supposed to do. And then, because we don't sign contracts, we don't force you into a contract. We work for you. We don't work for the TV stations or any place else that we're placing you. We just have to know that the whole thing works, darn it.
Exactly. And you may not have the exact formula for it, and that's okay because we're doing this together. It's a journey we're taking together. And I think at the end of the day, like people, I know myself, I appreciate transparency.
Absolutely.
That sense. So like if you go into a restaurant, you're like, what's the best thing that you all are known for? Odds are if they're going to pick the most expensive thing, they're just telling you something.
That's true.
But when you find the one that's like, what's your spice level?
Right.
Not really tolerant? Okay, then this one. Or this is my personal favorite. It's that honesty because you want to enjoy the meal that you paid for, much like here. Yeah. If it's not working, let's pivot a little bit. And what works for someone may not work for someone else.
The pivot, I like that. And that's the thing with like a car dealership. I had an experience Friday night. Okay, as soon as you say car dealership, everybody's like, it was a good experience. Like I did the deal in 25 minutes. And I think
Wow.
a couple of car deals ago, I might have been there 6 hours, it felt like. You know, because they play that little game.
Oh,
How many times are they going to get up and leave the table?
That's what I'm looking around judging the snacks. I'm like, well, I'm going to be here a while.
No, see, and that's sales. They're not even paying us yet. But I did say that I would give them a good Google review because it was a wonderful experience. We're probably going to pick them up as a client as soon as I send this podcast. But Pennington, they have several different dealerships. They're in Salem, Illinois. And we had texted a little bit that day, told him what I was looking for, maybe discussed budget a little bit, wasn't going to pay more than that, did my homework before I got there, you know, get your Carfax, know where the car came from, how many owners, that type thing, know what it retails for, know what you can get for your car. Mm-hmm. I did all of those things on my own, right? And same with any business. If you want people to know certain things, give us that information and then let us do the best job we can do for you with all of the information, right?
Right.
So Pennington, could be Chevrolet, it could be whatever dealership. And then I think they have an RV dealer here in Carbondale, Illinois. So they're probably going to be a client soon, you know, especially if they're watching this. Don't you? I feel like they should just from this.
I feel like if you can make car buying a pleasure, then
ding, ding,
kudos.
ding, ding, ding. No doubt. So look for that. You know, we've represented a lot of businesses, colleges. We know that you love the restaurant scene, and you know, we love food. We like chefs.
We do.
We have that TV show. We can have them spiel it in the kitchen. So we can have a lot of good time. See, that's it. It doesn't have to be work. This job can be fun. If I sailed this right here, would you be upset, Riley, if I just realized this would probably fly right in? Okay, he's not talking to me right now. He's very upset with me. But no, welcome aboard. And I don't even want to call it sales. I think we'll just send you out to contact people on behalf of Growing Media and see if they want to play with us. See if they want to do some work with us.
And let us be your best kept secret.
That's it. That is it. No doubt. So Ronnie Walls, is it Ronnie at growingmediamarketing.com?
It is. Ronnie with an IE.
IE. Okay. You know, I do have to tell you, I don't think that name fits you very well.
Oh.
Have you been told that?
You know, it's hard to say because it's my dad's name, technically.
That's why you have that. And I had a young man in my car yesterday. We were doing basketball all weekend. And he got his father's name, and it's Abijah, which is, you know, you don't really know what to do with that name when you're young.
Other than repeat it.
Right. But just the fact that it's a family name, I respect that. But yeah, when I look at you, I don't see
What
Ronnie.
do you see?
I don't know. You know what? By the next podcast, okay, give me 4 podcasts from now, I'm going to have a name that would fit you perfectly.
Like I may change it. Who knows?
Yeah. You know, you can just call him. People, it's so funny, the abbreviation of names. I'm Angie, and there are still people who call me Ange. Really? I mean, isn't that crazy?
It's not to me because I'm Ronnie.
Okay.
But people love to say, so can I call you Ron?
Ron or R?
You better hold a very special place in my heart to
Ron.
call me Ron because the other answer is no.
Oh, goodness. All right. Our Mr. Walls will work. Okay.
Yeah.
Not that
Mr.
formal?
Walls, Mr. Ronnie, just not Ron.
Okay,
please.
not Ron.
I
No
did
Ron.
have a friend who was, because technically it's Ronald.
Okay.
But he was like, you know, you should go by Ronald. It's like very like European
Ronald.
sounding. So sometimes just for fun, like I'll throw it out there and people are like, I've never heard that name
kinda
before.
like
And I'm like,
that.
Ronald McDonald.
European. I'm kind of loving that. Absolutely. Really, really good. Well, listen, check us out if you haven't, growingmediamarketing.com. Get to know Ronnie. Call me, Angie at spielon.com. Come be a guest on our TV show. That's the other cool thing we have is that show, The Spiel. And now we have the Mid-America Music Awards. We've told you about that. I don't know if there's enough hours in the day.
We can always create more. Didn't we? Daylight savings. We'll just take it back.
We'll take it back, no doubt. All right, guys. Well, again, find us. Thank you so much for watching. Let me see. Did we go enough time? I think we went enough time. This was an introduction podcast, which we don't do enough of those. So is there anything else you want to say before we adios there?
Oh, I don't think so. Just very happy to be here, and I'm curious to what name you're going to come up with.
I like the Renault.
Okay, you can't steal that.
I can't? Can I call your friend and like negotiate and say, hey, can I use that?
He's a tough seller. He's one of the best salesmen I've ever met.
Is he? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.